Tonight was one of those nights. We had unexpected family stop by, and I needed to make a quick dinner, so pressed for time and not that many ingredients. I luckily had 1 jar of Alfredo sauce that was store-bought in my pantry. That, along with other fresh ingredients, I was able to make that work, and let me show you how I did it. Now, I started by cutting my chicken breast into bite-sized pieces, placing that in the bowl. I like to moisten it with a little bit of heavy cream. If you don't have cream, you can also use milk. Then I add stone ground mustard, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and chili flakes is optional. And if you don't have stone ground mustard, you can also substitute it for regular mustard. Now, for the dredge, I do like to start with half flour and half breadcrumbs. Now, if you don't have any breadcrumbs, you can use panko or even the Italian blend breadcrumbs. Now, I like to mix my oils. I like to use half olive oil and half of another neutral oil. My skillet's set on medium-high heat, and we're going to start frying our little pieces of chicken. Now, it doesn't take long, so brown both sides of the chicken breast to your liking, and I do them in batches. I had quite a bit of chicken, and I don't like to overcrowd them because I like them nice and crispy. Now that my water's boiling, I'm going to start to cook this pasta. I also had some mushrooms that I decided last minute to brown on the same pan once I was done with the chicken. A little salt and pepper and set those aside. Now there's tons of flavor left over in my skillet, so I'm going to use that by adding 1/3 of a stick of butter and a store-bought Alfredo sauce. I'm also going to add 2 to 3 garlic cloves that I chopped, and that's going to give the sauce a little bit more flavor. And see all that brown stuff on the edge of the skillet? That's all the stuff that was stuck on the pan. So this sauce is going to have a lot of flavor. Now, I only had about 1/3 carton of this cream, so I diluted it with a little bit of milk. I added lots of fresh pepper. Let's give all that a good mix. Now, I added about 3/4 cups of fresh grated Parmesan cheese. Now, I felt like I needed a little bit more butter, so I did add another 1/3 stick of butter, so 2/3 altogether. Now, I'm going to give it a little taste. I felt like I needed a little pinch of salt. And once the creaminess and the consistency is right for you and all the flavors are there, then you can add your pasta. Now let's stir this pasta gently and add a little bit more Parmesan cheese. You can't go wrong with more Parmesan. Now, so that the chicken doesn't get soggy, I'm just going to place it right on top of the pasta. And I'm going to add whatever leftover oil there was in these bowls. I'm going to use it by drizzling it on top. It's got lots of flavor and I don't want to discard that. And top with some mushrooms, basil, and some fresh Parmesan cheese. And just like that, the simple chicken Alfredo is ready to serve.